Welcome to Penn and Teller Fool Us. Now, tonight, if any of our performers succeed in tricking Penn and Teller, the prize is a spot performing with them on the longest-running magic show in Vegas right here. And performing magic with Penn and Teller will be like singing with Justin Timberlake, or acting with Justin Timberlake, or dancing with Justin Timberlake. I love Justin Timberlake, okay? I'm very sexy and bad. So, since we're on the topic of dancing, some say it takes two to tango. Well, these guys must agree, because they've been tangoing together for over 40 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the stars of our show, Penn and Teller! Mr. Ross! I'm ready to see you again. It's been always a pleasure, never a chore. Penn and Teller, ladies and gentlemen. Penn, let me ask you, over the years, I'm sure you've seen just about every kind of magic. What, in your opinion, is the hardest of those disciplines to master?
I don't know. I think the hardest, especially for this show, but in general, are the big stage illusions. You know, because you can hide a card up your sleeve. It's a little harder to do that with a human being.
Let's hope we have one of those for you this evening.
So.
Teller, the same kind of question for you. Over the years, I know you study very close. Yeah, you got something in your eye? Okay, well, hold on. Do we have a tissue, maybe? Because we need to make sure... Oh, holy... Wow.
It's okay.
That's got it. He's better now. He can see. Ladies and gentlemen, Penn and Teller. Gentlemen, if you want to take your seats, I'll mop up and we'll get on with the show. And now it's that time. I present to you our first potential fooler.
Hi, I'm Derek Hughes, stand-up magician, and this is my home away from home in Hermosa Beach. I was always a class clown, so when I started doing magic, laughs came very naturally. And it's a uniquely American craft, the art form of stand-up comedy. When I was 10, I had open heart surgery. That's a scary experience. And that year, I got my first magic hit. I had this box full of potential wonder. There was something in those tricks in that box. Like, if I could master those tricks, maybe I could somehow help healing all of this. If I can create a moment of astonishment, a moment of humor that takes my audience out of their troubles for a few minutes and live in a moment of joy.
Our next performer trademarked the term stand-up magician, which means if he says knock knock, we'll have no idea who's there. Will you please welcome Mr. Derek Hughes.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. And my name is Derek Hughes. I am a magician, and as you probably know, as a magician, it is my job to try to blow your mind. I mean, to really freak you out, to make you believe. And I have made a commitment to your astonishment. Here, before the show, I sealed in this little envelope my commitment to your astonishment. This is important to me. I need to keep it safe and secure, and I know nothing keeps anything safe and secure better than bubble wrap. So this is a bubble wrap lined envelope. I will seal inside this bubble wrap lined envelope my commitment to your astonishment. And Jonathan, would you do me the honor of keeping this safe and secure?
Be my pleasure.
I need it in a little while. Have it at the ready. Don't tamper with it in any way. If you do, we'll hear it. Yeah. It's bubble wrap.
Yeah.
By a show of hands, who here believes in magic? Okay, some believers. By a show of hands, who is skeptical? I see. This is good. Were you a believer? Yes. And sir, with the nice sweater vest, you're skeptical. Would you two please join me on stage? Give these two people a round of applause. Say please. Thank you so much. A little closer. Hi, what is your name?
Bonnie.
Bonnie, and I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. You're a believer?
Yes.
Fantastic. You can touch me. I'm a magician. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old at home. I haven't felt the touch of a woman in quite some time, so I appreciate you being here. Our youngest just took his first step. He admitted he is powerless over drugs and alcohol. We're going to support him through that process. What is your name, skeptic?
My name's Edward.
Edward?
Yes.
That is my firstborn's name, so I'm glad you're here, but you're skeptical.
Yes.
We're going to try to change that. It's Bonnie. Bonnie, I'm going to let these cards fall from hand to hand anywhere you want. Please yell stop.
Stop.
Right there. This is Bonnie's card, the card of a believer. There's no way that I could know what card Bonnie has selected. I am going to lose it into the deck. Don't forget your card. Like a movie in her brain, she will visualize that card. Don't forget it no matter what happens. Same thing for you, sir. Okay. Skeptic, the cards will fall. You say stop anywhere you'd like. Stop. Right there? Works. Through the cosmic web of coincidence which binds believer and skeptic as one, is that the same card?
No. No.
I just ask. Someday it's gonna match. That is gonna be amazing. That's gonna be a miracle. How do you do it? He's a witch. You, sir, skeptical. For you, it will be magic. First, a trick. Bonnie's card shoots the opposite direction of the rest of the deck. That is the appropriate response for a trick. Bored indifference is what I'm going for. No, because it's a trick. It's sleight of hand. I knew what it was. You saw me. I peeked at the card. I looked at it. Then I did a Hobson's. It doesn't matter what I did. It's juggling is how I found the card. No offense, Penn. But if I take the card and change it into your card, that's magic. Second chance to touch me. Do you still believe?
I still believe.
Thank you. You may have a seat. Give her a huge round of applause, please. My most important question is for you. Are you still skeptical?
Yes.
After this miracle, mere inches from your face,
Yep.
You're still skeptical.
Yep.
Okay, fine. We'll go further. I'll roll my sleeves up, skeptic. People are always like, oh, you're a magician. I bet you work out. I don't. Let me ask you this. Do you feel you have free will?
Yes.
Freedom of choice?
Yes.
And you live confidently within that illusion? Most of us do, yeah. Yeah. Well, for the next few moments, you do not have free will.
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen before it happens. In a moment, I'll give the deck a shuffle, okay? Once the cards are shuffled, you'll have the opportunity to give the deck a cut and square the, complete the cut. You can use my hands as a little table.
Okay.
You don't have to cut the cards if you don't want to, but it won't be your choice.
Okay.
You ready?
Right, I don't have free will.
Let's begin.
Okay.
Skeptic, the cards have been shuffled. Would you like to cut the cards? Yes or no?
No.
No. He said no. Did that feel like a free choice?
No.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm giving you the opportunity to cut the cards. If you don't feel it's a free choice, then please choose to cut the cards.
Go ahead, you can go.
No. I'm saying, if you feel, okay, great, and complete. Put the balance, all the rest of those on top. Did that feel like a free choice?
Yes.
It was not. I will go through the cards all the way from the top to the bottom, skeptic, anywhere you want. Don't take one card, take a small little group of cards. Give or take a poker hand.
Okay.
It is Vegas.
It is Vegas.
Yeah. Feel like a free choice?
Yes.
Look at those cards, skeptic.
Okay.
Choose one in your mind.
Yep.
You've decided?
Yep.
Spread them again so you see them. Remove the one you've chosen from the others. So is that the one you chose?
Yep.
That's the one you want? So you do not want this card?
No.
You do not want this card?
No.
You don't want this card? Nor this card?
No, sir.
You want to change your mind?
9.
You want to change your mind?
9.
You sure?
Yep.
The cards were shuffled a couple of times. You cut only once.
Yep.
You were hesitant.
Yes.
You took some cards.
Yes,
You
sir.
thought of one. You did not change your mind. What card did you choose?
Queen of spades.
Queen of spades? Show them. Queen of spades. Queen of spades. That's crazy, because I knew there would be a skeptic at the show tonight.
Okay.
So I made a commitment to your astonishment. Jonathan, do you have the envelope?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did forget about that.
You forgot about the, oh, never forget about, do you remember what I sealed inside?
Yes.
This bubble wrap envelope, nothing else. My commitment to your astonishment. You picked the Queen of Spades. Ladies and gentlemen, inside this envelope, before the show, I sealed another envelope. It's called dramatic build. This is national television. It's crescendo. But you, sir, selected that one and only one card. And in this envelope, I placed one and only one card, the Queen of Spades. What? Said I believe.
I do believe.
Get off my damn stage. My name is Derek Hughes. Believe.
Derek Hughes, ladies and gentlemen. Great stuff, really great stuff, and very funny. I ask this question a lot, but I'm curious about you. When did you get into magic? When and why and how?
How do you get into magic? Suck at sports. That's how you get into magic. That's the journey into the dark arts, Jonathan. The last guy around the gym track in junior high, first guy with a magic kit and a revenge plan. Here we are.
So compensating for other areas of your life.
Little bit.
Brace yourself, young man. Penn.
We like that you picked the skeptic and you dealt with the word skeptic. The more the word skeptic is said, the better it is for our culture. Also like that you, against all better judgment, kept the skeptic on stage, sent the other person back to their seat. Let's deal with the props that you used. I'm telling you, that's a deck of cards you can take to the bank. That's how good that deck of cards is. And I'll also say that the nice thing about this is you can do it a lot of different times because there's a variety of endings that you can do. You know, it's a different card. It's all different ways you could do that.
It's always different.
Always different, sure. Why wouldn't it be? It was a great performance, and I loved you keeping the skeptic on stage.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks.
So the fact they used those words in particular, I guess it was the word bank was the key word there, would I be right?
Or deck.
Yeah, one of those. That was enough for you to feel confident. They know what you're doing and they busted you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
We all loved his act, did we, ladies and gentlemen? It was hilarious. I didn't know it was done. The fabulous Derek Hughes, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
If you're at home and reading my mind, that means you already know it's time for a break. We got more Fool Us coming up. Don't go anywhere. We're back with more Fool Us, and that means it's time for more magicians.
Hey, I'm Ruben Moreland, and I'm from New York City. In my everyday life, I'm really, really clumsy. But somehow when I go on stage, it just clicks, and suddenly I'm coordinated and suave. As suave as I can be. My style of magic is different from a lot of other performers. Some people want to just go out there and fool people and impress them. And for me, it's just a big party. I like to have fun. I like to think about it as if I'm a kid playing with his toys.
Will you please welcome Ruben Moreland. Ruben Moreland, ladies and gentlemen. That was out of this world. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, I don't mean to sound in any way, but I've been dismissive, but you don't strike me, like a lot of magicians, you don't strike me as being an outdoorsy type.
Yeah, you know, I don't look like most magicians in general. A lot of people, they look at me and I'm not, you know, I'm not the suave magician type, and I'm not trying to be that. I always joke, you know, with the red hair and the blue eyes, it's like I'm a human recessive gene. You know, everything about me is totally not common. And I like to embrace that. You know, I'm a goofball, but I like to have fun.
That's a great thing. And, you know, that's what made the act, part of what made the act so much fun to watch. Okay, well, let's go over to Penn and hear the verdict.
Matrix is not a trick I like very much. This is based on Matrix. Your version, I absolutely loved. I don't know how much of this in terms of the presentation and the magic is yours. As far as I can tell, it's 100% yours. I haven't seen anything like this. It's just beautiful. And
Thank you so much.
maybe put us in a very uncomfortable position, because I think this is a routine you should be doing the rest of your life. We do not think that it baffled us, but I think you should take this one to your grave. So Teller has written down stuff, and we're going to show it to you, but not to the camera and not to the audience. We think we figured it out, but I got to tell you, we don't want anybody else to ever figure this out. So we're going to be very, very cagey, and if we're right here,
Yep.
there you go. And I'll tell you, don't ever tell anybody, because that is too good. It was wonderful. And I love your style, I love the performance, and we will make sure that nobody ever sees this at all. There we go.
I appreciate that.
And we'll make sure that... And let this be... our gift.
I'm good.
Our gift to you here. No one ever needs to know what that secret is. Wonderful job.
Ladies and gentlemen, high praise indeed for young Ruben Moreland. That was great. Ruben, take care, man. Ruben Moreland, ladies and gentlemen. We will reveal the secret to fitting 10 pounds of this magic into this 2-pound bag of a show when we come back. Welcome back to Penn and Teller Fool Us, the only show about turning tricks that you can actually watch with your kids. Now, on to our next magician.
Hi, I'm Suzanne, and I'm from Minneapolis. I am so honored to be the first woman to ever receive the Close-Up Magician of the Year award from the Magic Castle. For me, magic is not about the trick or the prop. It's really more about the connection that I have with my audience. So in 1999, I was diagnosed with cancer, and after extensive surgery and radiation, I kind of had an epiphany. From that moment on, I realized it was more about following my bliss and having fun with my life than chasing my career. I would go through the entire cancer experience again because it made me a better person.
Cher, Madonna, Beyonce, Prince, and Teller, of course, are all performers known by one exotic name. Let's add another to that list. Please welcome Suzanne.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here. This is going to be so much fun. I see I have an empty chair. Well, Jonathan, would you like to help me?
Sure.
This is fantastic.
My pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks a lot for coming to help.
Can I sit down?
Yes, this is good. Okay, hey, can I ask you a personal question?
Please do.
When you were just a little boy, if you fell down and you got hurt just a little bit, who was the first person you'd run to?
It would probably be my lovely mum.
Your lovely mom.
My
That's
mother.
wonderful. Okay, terrific. So if you fell down, you got hurt, you run to mom, what's the first thing she'd do to help you feel better?
Well, she'd be normally running away from me.
Would she?
Pulled her, she would give me an embrace, and she would maybe sometimes, depending on where the bump was, she might give it a kiss. And then a nice hug, and I'd feel
Nice
better.
hug, and you'd feel better.
I'd feel loved, and I'd feel looked after.
That's terrific. Would she give you a Band-Aid, too? Yeah?
If there was a big gashing cut,
Big
yes.
gashing cut?
But we came from a poor family. It had to be a big cut. I mean, it had to be pretty big.
Wow. But that helped you feel better anyway.
Yes, always.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
I can tell you why. Because, Jonathan, Band-Aids are magic. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
They are. They're magic. I'm going to tell you how Band-Aid magic works. I have a Band-Aid right here. Jonathan, I'm going to put a pretend owie on the... I don't know what you call this when you were a kid.
Owie works.
Really? I'm going to put a pretend owie on the pad of this Band-Aid, Jonathan. I'll put a J on here for Jonathan so that we know that it is, in fact, yours. All right. And then after that, I would like to put this on the back of your hand. Is that all right with you?
That's perfectly
Okay,
fine.
good. So with your big gashes,
Any hand in particular? You
doesn't
want?
matter to me. Okay, we'll make sure it's all dry. Okay, you can see the J, yes?
Definitely a J
okay.
there.
What do you consider? Oh, thank you for...
They're applauding you for being able to write one
for being
letter.
able to write. So it's okay if I put this back on the back of your hand,
Please
yeah?
do, please.
Okay, I do want to let you know, though, Jonathan, these are not ouchless. Is that all right with you?
Oh, you're telling me that now. It's a bit late, really.
Okay, this is the part about Band-Aid magic that moms never talk about. Jonathan, there's always an extra Band-Aid.
Wow.
You didn't know about the extra one, did you?
I didn't know that.
No. The moms take this extra secret Band-Aid, Jonathan. They write a secret message on it. Do you have an idea what the secret message could be? I'm going to give you a hint. It's not a J.
Is it a phone number? Well, is it the address they moved to and they left me behind?
No, Jonathan, Mom writes, I love you. Oh,
That's
right,
so sweet.
isn't it? Right on the pad of the Band-Aid. She can't really write the words I love you, though, Jonathan, because it's too much to write. So what she does is she puts a heart.
Lovely heart.
Right? Then Mom takes the secret heart Band-Aid. She puts it in a secret spot. Now, this is not the secret spot. This is just for the purpose of the demonstration. Well, I'm in the eyebrow. I just had these done. Okay, I'll be all right. Even though they're not ouchless, I'll be okay. Okay, this is the thing. The most important thing to remember about Band-Aids, Band-Aid magic, and how Band-Aids actually help you feel better, Jonathan, it has nothing to do with a Band-Aid.
No?
No. See, Mom loves you so much, she takes all the hurt and all the pain, and she holds it. She takes all the love she can. She puts it right where that hurt was. That's how come you feel better.
That's nice.
Isn't that fun?
That's lovely.
Okay, take this Band-Aid off my head. Okay, nice and slow until you get to my finger, then let go of the Band-Aid.
You tell me if it's done.
Okay, it's all right, it's all right.
Wow.
Okay, what do you have there?
I see that where there was a heart, there's now the initial J. Look at that. Wow. So that's what was on there. Would you like me to unpeel?
Rip it off really fast, doesn't hurt.
Okay. So wow.
Oh,
Look at that.
you get the love. Look at that.
That's fabulous. Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Suzanne.
Oh, thank you.
That is tremendous. Come now around the front here. You won, didn't you win? You were the first woman to win the...
Close-up Magician of the Year from the Academy of Magical Arts.
That's incredible. And ladies and gentlemen, the first woman to hold that title. When you do something like this, for me, and for most of the audience here, I'm sure, it seems like miraculous. We've got no idea how it's done. Is this something which magicians would know, or do you think you've got a good chance of fooling the fellas?
I don't know. This is an obscure little piece.
So
not very many people do it.
So you think the obscurity of it might be what actually gets you past the gate here?
Possibly, and I've changed it up dramatically from the original.
Yeah, they look pretty stumped so far, so that's a good sign. Either that or Teller's eaten something that doesn't agree with him. So, gentlemen, I think you've come to the end of your deliberations.
Yeah. I assume that everything on the table is now examinable.
Yes.
Which is good. And the audience should know that. The audience should know that you're completely clean at the end of this.
Yep.
And we love that about the way you've put this method together. And what I also like about it is, at least to our thinking, you've done this wonderful thing, which is change something, a method that's used in a totally different kind of magic and moved it over here. Because although I don't think any audience member would ever know this, what you were doing with Band-Aids was essentially a slate trick. Essentially something that's done by spiritualists with slates. Stella has a drawing here, and I'll stay back here because I'm frightened because she might be a witch.
Wow, this looks like this is
Are you saying
going
that's
in
still
an
there?
interesting direction, ladies and gentlemen.
That's still on it? No, you can look at him.
Wow. I think we may have something here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope, fingers crossed.
You can have them.
Suzanne has fooled Penn and Teller. Wow. Suzanne, that's for you.
Nicely done.
Fabulous piece of work. And Suzanne doesn't just get a trophy, she'll be back here performing in Las Vegas with Penn and Teller, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. That was fantastic. Time for a break. When we return, we'll see what other tricks our magicians have in store, so stay with us. Welcome back to Fool Us, where magicians of all shapes and sizes try to trump two of magic's greatest minds. Let's meet our next potential fooler.
I'm the amazing Reverend Jared Koff, Esquire. Wizard, Dudas priest, lawyer. Nobody's perfect. When I was a kid, I wanted magic to be real. And it took me a really long time. I can't pinpoint the exact moment when I realized that it's fake. But that doesn't mean it isn't real. The universe isn't stranger than we suppose. It's stranger than we can suppose. And magic should be used to remind people that they have no clue how the universe works or what their place in the universe really is. Magic is not something that I do, it's something that I am.
So this next performer is Mr. Kopf, spelled K-O-P-F, but I've been told not to pronounce the letter P. So here he is, to fool N and Teller, it's Jared Kopf.
Thank you very, very much. I'd love to pat myself on the back right now and say, man, you made it, kid. But all I can think of are the random events that brought me here. I'm talking about the biological, right? The random mutations that led to my evolution. And even the mundane ones, like my mom and dad had to meet and Penn and Teller had to become a great act. Mr. Gillette, I have an envelope for you. And inside is a random bit of trivia. Well, it is to everybody. But I'd like you to hold on to it for me, please. Thank you very much. And I'd also like the assistance of three gentlemen. This gentleman right here, the one behind him, and the one behind him as well in the suit. Would you please join me up on stage and accept all of this applause on my behalf? Thank you very much. Sean, nice to meet you. If you'll stand over here. Your name, sir? Sean, nice to meet you. If you'll stand next to him, shoulder to shoulder. Ted. Ted, nice to meet you, Ted. Shoulder to shoulder, please. You're looking good. All right. Now, gents, I have some numbers. They're random. They appear random right now, but in a moment it'll make sense. You're now officially person number 9. Okay. If you'll take the necklace and put it over your neck, and I'm just going to let that dangle right there. You're looking good. Perfect. All right. You are now officially person number 8. If you'll do likewise, take the necklace, put it over your head. Thank you very much. You look fantastic. And last but not least, you are number 5. Would you place the necklace around your head? You look great. Thank you very much. And now, the assistance of a lady. In fact, would you please join us up here on stage? Give her a big hand. What is your name? Alita. Alita, please join me on stage, Alita. You're looking lovely tonight, Alita. Thank you so much for helping me. Alita, if you'll stand behind this table, I want to show you 3 gift bags that I've brought.
Okay.
I have a red bag. Very nice shade of red. Matches, right? A blue bag and a green bag. What I'd like you to do, Alita, is take the bags and put them into a random order. It must be random. Try not to be too influenced by their colors. Put them into a random order for me, please. That looks really, really good. All right. So this is the random order that you have created. I like your style. all right? In a moment, you're going to make some random decisions, but you're going to do so while my back is turned. That way I cannot influence the system whatsoever. I'm going to remove my glasses and put on a blindfold. Now, Lita, can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Yes. I'd like you to look at the 3 bags. Okay, would you please hold up your right hand? Now look at the 3 bags. Take your right hand and place it on one of the bags now. And let me know when you've done that.
I've done it.
You've done it. Would you please pick up that bag and hand it to the gentleman with the number 9 on his chest? Number 9. Now, sir, if you'll hold the bag by the handle in your left hand, outstretched like this, please. Thank you very much. All right. Now, Lita, would you please walk back to the table if you haven't already? And look at the 2 remaining bags. Are you there?
Yes.
Would you hold up your left hand for me, please?
Okay.
Look at the 2 remaining bags and place your left hand on one of them now. And let me know when you've done that.
Yes, I've done
You have. Would you please pick up that bag? Walk over to the gentleman with the number 5 and hand it to him. Let's make things a little bit random tonight. We're going to mix it up. And sir, would you do likewise? Be sure that you're holding the bag by the handles and that the back of the bag is facing you. And now, Lita, there's only 1 bag left. Would you please pick up that bag and then hand it to the man in the center? Thank you very, very much. Have you done that?
Yes, I
You
have.
have. Now, you have done beautifully. Ladies and gentlemen, please give her a big round of applause for those random decisions. You may have your seat. All right, thank you so much. Now, gents, I'd like you to reach in with your right hands and remove the contents of your bags. Hold those contents to the right and just drop the bags behind you. We don't need those. All right. 190,875. Does that number mean anything to anybody in this room? It's a random number. Does that mean anything to you, Mr. Gillette? It does not. Both Penn and Teller are likely under the impression that inside of that envelope is a prediction. There is not. So technically, I've already fooled them. Inside that envelope is a piece of information that is a random bit of trivia to everybody in this room, but 2 people. And only one of them will speak to it. Would you please open the envelope, Mr. Gillette? Would you open up the first flap there? That's it. And read what it says on those top lines.
It says Minnesota Renaissance Festival.
Does that mean anything to you, Mr. Gillette?
Yeah, that's where Teller and I did our first show together.
Your first show together?
Yeah,
Do you remember when that was?
It was in 1975.
That's right. If you'll open up the rest of it, there's a bit of information that you tweeted almost 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Would you read what that says?
I bet it says the 19th of August, 1970.
Wait, you mean to tell me the 19th day of the 8th month of the 75th year of the last century was your first professional show?
The very
together?
first show we ever did together.
Penn and Teller, ladies and gentlemen. Now, thank you very much indeed. But there are some of you, you know who you are, Teller included, who you're thinking, he could have gotten lucky. I mean, that could have been random. And that's what I've been trying to tell you. You're absolutely right if you think that. That is random. Look, there's the R, there's the A, there's the N, there's the D, there's the O, and there's the M. That's random, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very, very much. Yes! Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Jared Koff, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was great. The guys are thinking, they're talking now. Let me ask you, you were talking at the beginning there about the random nature of things. You used some scientific terms. Is that something which you study? Is that something you believe, or is that something which just serves this performance?
I definitely do believe it. If Penn and Teller quit after that first show, I certainly wouldn't be here. So I really do mean it, yeah.
You know, you said decision. So what led to the decision in your life that you wanted to pursue this as a career? What was it that inspired you to take up illusions and magic?
Well, I went to law school, and my mother was so upset at me. She's like, "You be a magician." And I said, "Okay, Mom."
Well, we all love magic, and I think two of the finest purveyors of magic are over there. They have come to a consensus, fellas.
First of all, the way you speak on stage, the lack of pushing and desperation, the simple declarative statements, the beautiful ideas, absolutely loved. The idea of taking a prediction and making it not a prediction and making there be surprises while it's out here and making a random number be a date and doing the punchline afterwards, just beautiful. And the most important thing in this kind of trick is to get as much as possible out of a trick that is actually a very small piece of information. All you really need to know is what order she picks up which color of the bag in. And all of everything else comes from that one thing. And yes, you got that signal, and you got it beautifully, and you turned it into a mystery that I believe fooled everyone in this room except for these two. Beautifully done. Beautiful.
Thank you very much, guys.
So, you're happy with that veiled explanation?
Close enough.
Close enough. Darren Cock, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Great performance. Mr. Darren Cock. Well, our foolies are finished, but we are not. The best is yet to come because we still have an amazing trick in store for you from our legends, Penn and Teller, so stick around. And now, to close our show, a trick by the two legends who've been fooling us all for over 35 years. Of course, it's Penn and Teller!
Penn and Teller, 1 minute. Shell. White. Yolk. Now it's broke. Yolk. White. Shell. Smashed to hell. Shell. Yolk. White. Make it right. Egg. That's all the magic we have time for tonight. Come see us next week for more foolery. Penn and Teller, ladies and gentlemen.